Well, my name is Tom. My name is Tom Newman, and I'm going to be interviewed by Rebecca Newman.
Okay. So first off, as we just briefly explain the Charlie case, the first case being hitting 5 people or hitting 1 person. What is your view on that?
Well, that scenario is easy. You can lose 1 person or 5, so you lose 1, and you throw the switch, and you sacrifice the 1 to save the 5. That's easy.
And then Sandal explains the second scenario where you can push a fat man off a bridge and the trolley would hit him and apparently stop before killing 5 workers. I think it was 5. And what is your view on that?
That one's harder. The workers on the tracks, even the one in the first scenario, they know they're doing dangerous, hazardous duty. And, that one's easy. You flip the switch and take out the 1. But the scenario of having an innocent bystander standing next to you and thinking if you just throw them on the track, that's a more difficult moral decision. And I think I'd try to grab a motorcycle and throw it on the track to the person.
Or a big rock.
Something, yeah. Because that's, and of course, technically you'd be tried for murder. So it's illegal to do that. You're not allowed to choose to throw somebody's life away like that, I think. So that one's more difficult. I wouldn't want to push anybody off the bridge.
Let's see. Okay, well, I guess we will just move on to the Gothard case. And you were already aware of that case before I...
Yes. I've seen the movie.
Oh, there's a movie?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, the Lone Survivor, I think, is the movie.
That's about that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. So, what is your stance on, killing a young boy or...
Yeah, that's the tough part, First off, I wonder why they didn't tie him up, but then you said they didn't have any rope. What kind of a Navy SEAL doesn't have any kind of rope? I don't know. Take off their shoelaces. But, short of that, letting him go, I think, is something I wouldn't have wanted to do. Just basically exterminating them, I wouldn't have wanted to do. So I think I'd have tried to maybe to render them unconscious so that we would have a few hours to relocate, maybe abort. It's one thing to knock out people, including a 14-year-old boy, than kill them. Mm-hmm. That's a different situation. So I think I would have had a hard time too, just killing all 3 to save the mission. Obviously, by letting him go, we know that not only were 3 of the 4 killed, the soldiers that is, 16 from the helicopter that was trying to rescue them, they were killed. So that was in hindsight. And again, I guess it's also good to mention that they weren't having a intellectual discussion. It was real life. Time was an issue. They had to hurry up and decide. And especially the first example with the trolley, you got seconds to decide. That's hard. And so I don't think in seconds, that's why I couldn't push somebody off. I couldn't have, maybe after a few hours of thought and contemplation and knowing you got to save, 5 people. Maybe you turn around and throw that person. But split second, I think you're a pretty cold person if you grab somebody and sacrifice them like that. And back to the goat herders, Marcus even has said that he thinks it was a mistake and he wished he could go back, but still, going back and is, for some reason, killing the 2 men, I think, wouldn't have been as difficult. It's the boy. There's innocence there, and that would have haunted them the rest of their lives. And a lot of things they have to do haunt them the rest of their lives. But I think it'd been nice to find an alternative solution instead of accepting the no-win scenario. Find another solution. It makes me think about the astronauts. How they were trained is you work the problem. You don't panic. You keep your wits about you, and you work the problem no matter how. Even I've read that the Challenger astronauts, when the Challenger exploded, they were not killed instantly. And as their little capsule broke and everything was falling to the ocean, there's evidence they were administering first aid, and they had, evidence they were working they were trying to figure, even though they knew a 99.9% chance as soon as they hit the water they were dead, they were trying to work the problem and find another solution. I think that's part of the human spirit that's fascinating. And so I wish the Navy SEALs in this case would have, knocked the guys out, hobbled them to a tree so they could get loose in a few hours. And what the course they took, I wouldn't want to do I wouldn't want to just kill the people, and I wouldn't want to let them go.
Yeah.
So I would not accept that as a no-win scenario. I would find a solution.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Now I heard I get paid for this.
Okay.
Yeah.